Today we're going to be looking at the 5 fragrances I'll be wearing for the rest of my life. Stay tuned. How's it going, YouTube? All good, I hope? My name's Grant. Welcome to 2 + 2 = fragrance. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and turn on your notifications so you'll be made aware of any future content. Before I get into today's video, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Barry over at the channel Sensualize. He's recently done a video that he included me in, and I really appreciate it. Cheers, Barry. If you're not aware of the channel Sensualize, I highly recommend that you go over there and check Barry's channel out. You've got some amazing content. I'm only going to talk about each fragrance quite quickly because I will be doing full reviews on these at some point, except one of them which I have already reviewed. Let's get into the 5 fragrances I'll be wearing for the rest of my life. These are fragrances I absolutely love. They're my top 5 fragrances, and this is just based on purely the scent of the fragrance. Let's get into it. The first fragrance on the list is Parfums de Marly Layton. Layton is my favourite fragrance. I absolutely love it. It's classified as an oriental floral, although I think it's more of an oriental gourmand. Some of the notes in it are apple, vanilla, cardamom and caramelised coffee. It opens up with a beautiful apple note, and there's a lovely sweetness from the vanilla in there as well. And as the fragrance progresses, it stays fruity, but spices come into play from the cardamom, and as it dries down to the base, the vanilla becomes more prominent and the caramelised coffee note comes in. It's just a smooth, sweet, creamy, fruity scent. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Next on the list, we've got Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio Profumo. I've already reviewed this one. Acqua di Gio Profumo is the first fragrance that when I first smelt it, I didn't really like it that much, but the more I smelt it, the more I liked it, and now I absolutely love it. It's classified as an aromatic aquatic, and some of the notes in it are bergamot, incense, patchouli and an aquatic accord. Acqua di Gio Profumo opens up really bright and fresh. You've got the bergamot mixing with the aquatic accord, and you've got a touch of darkness in the background as well, which runs through the whole of the fragrance. It's probably coming from the patchouli, and as it dries down, the patchouli becomes the main player with a touch of smoke from the incense, and you've still got the aquatic accord running underneath it. It's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. Had to be on the list. Next on the list, we've got Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. This fragrance is classified as an aromatic musk. Some of the notes in it are mandarin orange, mint, musk and tonka bean. This fragrance opens up with a beautiful mandarin orange note, mixed with a little bit of mint as well to give it some nice freshness. And as it dries down, the tonka bean becomes a real main player in this fragrance, and there's a lovely clean musk in there as well. It's a really, really nice fragrance, and it's another one that just had to be on the list. Next up, we've got Dior Homme. This is the 2011 formulation. I've featured this one on the channel briefly as well. Dior Homme is classified as a woody floral musk. Some of the notes in it are iris, cacao, amber and bergamot. And this one opens up with a blast of iris. The iris is the main note as soon as you spray it, and the bergamot is there to give it a little bit of freshness as well. As it dries down, the amber comes into play to give it a warm richness, and the cacao note just gives it that nice chocolatey touch along with the lipsticky iris. It's an absolutely beautiful fragrance, this one. And last on the list, we've got Paco Rabanne 1 Million Privé. This fragrance is classified as a woody oriental. Some of the notes in it are blood mandarin, apple cinnamon, tobacco and tonka bean. And when it opens up, you get the apple cinnamon combo straight away. That's the strongest note. The blood mandarin's in there as well, giving it a slight bit of fruitiness, but it's mainly warm and sweet from the tonka bean in the background and the apple cinnamon combo. As it dries down, the tobacco comes into play and the tonka bean becomes more prominent. It ends up being a sweet tobacco fragrance. It's absolutely beautiful to wear in the cold weather, this one. So they were the 5 fragrances that I'll be wearing for the rest of my life. Let me know down in the comments what 5 fragrances you'll be wearing for the rest of your life. Thanks a lot for taking the time out to watch this video, and until next time, keep smelling amazing.